Hey, what's up everyone, Andy here from Krusty Plug, and thank you very much for joining me for today's video. Very excited today. I received this brown cardboard box about 4 days ago, and I've been holding back to open it because I wanted to open on camera and share the contents inside with you all. Very excited about what's inside, but at the same time a little bit anxious because the box looks as if it had a bit of rough ride to get over to me, and there's a few bashes here and there. There's a little puncture, even there's like creased corners, and when I move the box about I can hear the contents sliding inside, so it looks like the retailer that shipped out this to me never put in any extra kind of padding inside to kind of hold it in place. So a little bit worried because it's not necessarily a cheap item I received here, so yeah, kind of worried, but fingers crossed that it is going to be 100%. But yeah, please stay tuned. I'm going to open this box a little bit later on in this video, so hold on for a little bit. And for now, I just wanted to share my latest video pickups, and or maybe actually let me rephrase, a portion of my latest video game pickups, because I have picked up much more than this, but I decided to keep it quite consistent and fairly manageable for one video, so there's only a selected kind of items today here. Also, I picked up, I think, from this pile I have here, a few more games, but I extracted some I already had in my collection and put them aside for future trades. So I'm not going to be really sharing the kind of the games that I already have. So what I'm going to show you here is purely everything that I didn't have in my collection, and that is going to be put into my collection. And before we get to the games, I would like to do a little shout out, and if you guys could go and check out Retro Gamer Steve. His channel is called Steve Craig, and I'm actually going to put in the link for his channel in my or in description of this video. So if you go and check out Steve's content, he's doing kind of like a video game pickup videos where he shares his latest video game pickups, and his stuff is really nice. He picks up some really cool retro stuff. My stuff at the moment is kind of more current gen and recent gens, but his is like really older stuff, and some stuff he shares and picks up really makes me drool. And generally nice guy, so I always you know, really enjoy his videos and his content he shares. So yeah, please go and check his videos out, or his channels out, and his videos, and see what you think, and say hello to him ultimately, and I'm sure he will be happy to see you on his channel as well. So let's get to it and go through the video games here I have. So picked up a couple Nintendo DS games, paid 50 pence each. So really cheap games as it is, so maybe even I could argue 50 pence was kind of pretty much retail price for these anyway, but picked them up from the charity shop, and yeah, it was kind of for the good cause. So first of all, got Hannah Montana the movie, so Nintendo DS title. There's a back cover. Didn't have it in my collection, and it's complete with the instructions, so all good. Then I got here Fashion Designer Style Icon. This unfortunately didn't have instructions, but otherwise it's in reasonable condition. Cartridge is there, so I didn't have that one as well. And this is a sealed copy of Cory in the House. So never had this in my collection, so another kind of cheap game. Probably will never play it, but never mind. I needed to tick the box basically. Then got a few, in fact I got another one, another Nintendo DS game. This was part of another deal from different charity shop, and I paid 20 pence per title here. So picked up, and it's sealed, I think, not sealed, sorry, what I'm talking about. It's complete with manual, and it's Purples, a little cat game, Nintendo DS. So I didn't have this, and it's in rather nice condition, so that's going into my collection. Then I picked up the PC version of The Sims 2, I actually had this already, but it was a different version, so this is kind of the pretty much standard kind of normal version. So I had some version with an extra DVD inside, so like special edition or whatever it was. So I didn't have the normal edition, so I picked it up. Then a little bit rough copy in a way, but the disc is okayish. Picked up, I'm not sure how it's actually pronounced, is it Risen or Risen? Risen, I think. I played this game a lot on PC through GOG client, and I really enjoyed it. This one here, the case itself is kind of so-so. The artwork has had some water damage, so it's not in the best. The manual is missing, but the disc itself is kind of okay. There are no major damage or anything to it, so there's some light surface scratches, but nothing too major. So yeah, I decided to pick it up because it was ultimately only 20 pence, so I will swap it out for a better copy somewhere down the line once I get my hands on it for cheap enough. But yeah, speaking of this game, I played it quite a lot on PC, and I have to say I really enjoyed it. It's kind of, could say, a hardcore RPG, and what I liked about that game, because it doesn't really hold your hand and it doesn't explain much or funnel you where you have to go and what you need to do. Of course, there are kind of some gameplay elements where you are kind of pointed sort of in a direction you need to go, but it's normally not very obvious, and you can ultimately wander anywhere you want in a game, more or less. And the kind of the hardcore thing about the game is that if you're not really leveled up, you could simply wander in an area where the monsters are very well overpowered, and you simply die within the seconds if you encounter any opponents there. So yeah, I think from memory using quick save button a lot in this game, because I pretty quick realized that I will be dying quite a lot because I was simply just going where I wasn't ready to go, so I have to kind of learn it hard way. But yeah, really love the game. So if you're into kind of like role-playing games and stuff, and like a little bit of challenge, then definitely check that game out if you haven't already. And then I got a PlayStation 2 copy of Juiced. That's a complete copy. So I didn't have this in my collection, so for 20 pence I thought, yes, absolutely, why not? Then I picked up a DVD. It's a manga release, and it's called Neon Genesis Evangelion, I think it's pronounced, Evangelion Death and Rebirth. So I twisted my tongue there for a little bit. So I haven't seen this, and because it was manga title, I never really been much into manga and kind of Japanese anime stuff, so I decided to pick it up and check it out. It was £1.50 I think I paid for that. Then got this from a charity shop, a PC version of or copy of Fable 3. I paid £2 for it, in really nice condition. There's a couple little scuffs at the back, but apart from that, it is in really nice, clean condition. This I believe can go for something like £10 to £15, so for £2 I thought yes, absolutely, and I didn't have it in my collection, my PC game collection, so decided to grab it while it was there. Then picked up Just Dance 2014 for V. I paid £1 for this, so I was pretty pleased to pick that one up for £1. Then not the best copy, but okayish, and it's missing manual, so it's not complete. Sonic Generations for Xbox 360, £1.99 paid for that, and that will do for now. I think this goes for about £10 or so retail, so again, even if the manual is not there, for £2 I thought that's kind of okayish deal. What did I pay for this actually? Let me check. £1.99 I believe it was. Picked up another Wii game, Angry Birds Star Wars. I had this on Wii U but didn't have the Wii copy. So seen it in a charity shop, so I thought I'll grab it in reasonable condition. Well, actually in quite good condition. Then this unfortunately is not complete, manual is missing, and I paid £1.49, but didn't have it in my collection. And it's another V game, and it's Marvel Superhero Squad, the Infinity Gauntlet. Okay, missing manual unfortunately, but I thought I'll still grab it for £1.49. And then, what did I pay for these ones actually? Was it 50 pence? Yeah, it was 50 pence I paid for these. I got two Xbox 360 games. Quite nice copy of Brink Special Edition. Not mint, but very good indeed. I believe it's a cheap game as it is, but I have never played it and I didn't have it in my collection, so I thought, you know, for 50 pence I'll pick it up. And then in kind of reasonable condition got Batman Arkham Collection, which sort of contains 3 games: Arkham Asylum, Arkham City and Arkham Origins. And I'll show you the rear. Okay, now the reason I'm saying sort of, because the Arkham Origins comes on 2 discs. But the other 2 games, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, are supplied as downloadable codes, and I don't know whether these codes have been used already or not, but they are there. I believe the game Arkham Origins on its own, like a standalone edition, I think it sells for about £5 retail. So ultimately, even if the codes have been used and I only get out of this Arkham Origins, then it's not a big deal. I'm still happy, and for collecting purposes, I'm happy to pick it up. And then this game here for PlayStation 3, which I believe is only multiplayer only, or it actually says on a box, and I'm not sure whether it still operates or not, whether the servers are there to play it. But I didn't have it in my collection, so I picked it up, and it's Socom Confrontation for PlayStation 3. Okay, so didn't have that, so that's going in my collection. Then I also picked up kind of game guide, and was quite pleased to find this. I played the game quite a lot. Never bought a collection, never bought the guide for it at the time because didn't feel like I need one. But for collecting purposes, was happy to pick it up from charity shop. It was only £3 and in really nice condition, and it is a collector's edition for Battlefield 4. So here we go. There's nothing really in the back, quite plain, but yeah, in the front this Battlefield 4 logo. Now this is in really nice condition. Hasn't been abused. All the corners seem to be fine. They're not really dog-eared or anything. All the pages are clean. So ultimately, I wouldn't say it's mint because there are a little maybe scratch here or there, but nothing that is very obvious. But yeah, in very good condition indeed. The only thing that's actually missing from this, I believe, because I looked it online, it does come with a little card, double-sided card. You get the kind of PC keyboard layout on one side, and then you get the controller layout on the other side for PS4 and 3 and Xbox One and 360. But they're supposed to be originally, I think, supplied with this some tips cards. I think they are about kind of the A5 format size, and from my understanding is that for each map that was as part of the original Battlefield 4 release, they had a little tip card included, and there was some tips how to play these particular maps, or each particular map. So these tip cards are not there, but it's not a big deal for me. So and ultimately I couldn't even be bothered whether the keyboard layout card was there or not. But the game guide itself is in fantastic condition, so I'm happy to pick it up. Actually, in the same charity shop some time ago, I picked up also a collector's edition of Battlefield 3. So I got now Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, so which is really nice. So, and then last but not least, I have decided to kind of maybe concentrate on my Nintendo Wii U collection a little bit more. and push that a little bit more, and maybe pick up a few games here and there intentionally for it. So I'm looking for these games, and they're not really that freely available out in the wild. So I'm looking at places like eBay and CX and yeah, just some other game shops online to see if they still stock any of the Wii U games, and if they are, they're discounted and cheap enough to buy. But have managed to pick up over the last couple of weeks, I have managed to pick up 4 new Nintendo Wii U games that I didn't have in my collection. So very, very pleased to add these to my collection, and they are a little bit more expensive games, so they're not definitely the cheapest games. But first of all, got Need for Speed Most Wanted U. In really nice condition. Picked all these games up from the local CX store. In really nice condition. What I didn't know about this game, actually, it was really nice to learn recently. Apparently, Most Wanted U, or the Wii U version, is the best looking version of all the console releases. And apparently the reason for that is because they somehow managed to use PC textures for the Wii U version, so that made the game look much better than on other consoles. And yeah, so I'm kind of really excited to check it out, especially after learning that it looks the nicest out of all the other releases. So yeah, we'll be checking that out soon. Then picked this up, by the way, this was sitting in CX for some time at £20, and then it dropped to 15. So I paid 15, and I also had some in-store credit, so I used a little bit of credit to take the price down a little bit. So yeah, I was very pleased to get that one. Then picked up this one here recently, which was Tokyo Mirage Sessions. So didn't have that in my collection, so pretty excited about this, and I really want to check it out. This was £20, but again I had some store credit, so I managed to get the price down a little bit, and I think I paid something like £12 for it at the end. Then got Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. Here we go, didn't have that one. I believe there is the part 2 as well, Ghostly Adventures 2, so really looking to pick up that one as well. This was, I think, also £20, but again I managed to use some in-store credit, so to bring the price down. So yeah, I didn't pay 20 at the end, but still, that's where it was marked. And then this one here, very, very nice game. I believe I paid full price. They were asking it was £12, which was actually reduced because they had this as well dearer some time ago, so it has come down in price a little bit, and I was definitely happy to pay £12 for it. And it's Yoshi's Woolly World. Now, I already played this game for several hours over a few nights, and have to say I really, really like it. Really nice and kind of quirky and cute game. So if you are looking into collecting Wii U, or if you got Wii U already but you don't have this game, so this is definitely I would say a must-have game to pick up on Wii U. So yeah, it's really nice. Not only it looks nice and kind of quirky, but it's also plays very nice. So yeah, highly recommended from me. So that's all the kind of the individual games I have picked up from various places, and yeah, so very pleased, especially pleased about my four Wii U games. So my collection is growing steadily, and I'm probably going for a full collection now intentionally. So I'm kind of trying to concentrate on Wii U games and complete my Wii U collection. I'm nowhere probably near completing it yet, but that is my #1 goal now, I think. Okay, so let's get my big Stanley knife here and let's cut this open and have a look what is the situation inside this box. Oh no, I have to apologize. there is actually an extra padding inside, so okay, my bad, I was telling you a lie, but still the package was moving a little bit, so I wasn't too sure, but no, there is. So they get some Air Plus air pockets inside. So I think all is good. Okay, let me just go like that and have a look. Yeah, one of the corners seem to have a slight rub, but it's fine. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay for what it is. So yeah, alright, ta-da! Da-da-da! Zelda Link's Awakening. Okay, got the limited edition of Zelda Link's Awakening. Yeah, pretty pleased with this. There is back cover. It comes with art book, steel book, which actually looks like what is it here on this side? Looks like a Game Boy, like original Game Boy, and then the original, well, the game itself, steel book and art book, and obviously all packaged in kind of limited edition packing. So I nearly missed out on this, and then by accident went and checked one of the stores online, and they happened to have this still at the original RRP. So I paid $69.99 for this, and if you've been trying to get this now, you probably will know that you're probably paying now at least 80, 90, 100 pounds for it. So the price is shooting up, so it's kind of, I think it's pretty much sold out everywhere. And now you will probably find or struggle to find this to buy from retailers, and if the retailers got any stock left, they have inflated the prices, and if you go to eBay, then you probably are looking to pay about £100 or so for this now. Well, at least last time I checked, that was the case about a week ago or so. So yes, very pleased to get this. I don't think I will be really opening this up. So I haven't really decided whether I'm going to open this or not. I might just get a standalone game and play that and keep this sealed for the collecting purposes, so I'm not really sure. But either way, I'm very pleased I managed to still get a copy of this limited edition, which more or less is sold out now. Right guys, there you have it. So hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below perhaps, and if you enjoy the content also please do consider subscribing to this channel for more videos like this. But that all aside, thank you very much for tuning in and watching this video, and I shall see you in the next one. Take it easy.